When we talk about the navel, many people only think of it as a small physical mark, a reminder of where the umbilical cord once connected us. But if you pause and reflect for a moment, you will see that this center is far more than just a small scar. The navel is the first doorway through which life entered your body. It is the link that connected you to your mother, the channel through which you received nourishment, energy, and the very essence of life before you even opened your eyes to the world. To consider it ordinary is to overlook the doorway through which your life truly began. This point in the body carries deep significance. Philosophically, it represents beginnings and continuity. Psychologically, it reflects our desire for grounding, belonging, and a connection to something pure and whole. At some point in life, every person feels an inner pull to reconnect with their true self, to remove distractions, and to return to what is real. The navel embodies this return. This is not about superstition, it is about symbolism. It is about acknowledging that every person has a center, a root, a place where renewal is possible. When attention is focused on this point, something shifts inside. In ancient teachings, the navel was always seen as the seat of life energy, the center of vitality. Masters of martial arts, yogis, and mystics have all spoken of this area as the source of balance, stability, and inner strength. They understood something that modern society often overlooks. True power does not come from outward appearances. It comes from connection to the center. Think of it like a tree. A tree stands tall only because its roots are deep in the earth. If the roots are shallow, even the gentlest wind can topple it. The navel is like those roots for humans. To honor it is to strengthen the foundation of your being. When a person focuses on the navel, whether through mindful breathing, intention, or a simple act of care, it is more than a physical gesture. It is a reminder that life began here and that true strength is internal. It is a silent statement to oneself and the world. I know where I come from, and I know the center that sustains me. In this awareness, every shadow of doubt or fear begins to fade. Curses, misfortune, or limiting beliefs only hold power when we are unaware. When attention illuminates the center, shadows dissolve. So when we say the navel is not just a mark, but a center of life, it is an invitation to see beyond biology. It is a reminder of origin, continuity, and strength. Honoring this center reconnects us with the past, anchors us in the present, and empowers the future. The ability to release what holds us back, to heal what wounds us, begins at the center. Returning there with focus ensures that nothing outside can dictate our true nature. The center of life is never lost. It has always been within. The question is whether we will choose to return to it. It is easy to view the navel in purely physical terms, but its true significance lies in the energy and focus we place upon it. Across cultures and spiritual traditions, it has been recognized as a center of strength, a place where vitality gathers. It is more than flesh. It is a symbolic gateway through which life energy flows. The real power is not in its position, but in the intention directed toward it. Energy on its own is neutral. It becomes meaningful only when guided by the mind. Intention shapes energy. Think of sunlight passing through a magnifying glass. The sun shines everywhere, but without focus, it warms only lightly. When concentrated, it can ignite fire. Similarly, the energy within us is scattered if we live without awareness, wasted on distractions, fears, and habits. Focusing intention on the navel gathers scattered energy, magnifying it into a force that can heal, protect, and transform. This is why ancient practices involve placing oils, herbs, or simply mindful breathing at the navel. The physical act was secondary. The symbolic recognition was the source of strength. Here is my center. Here is where I focus my intention. Modern psychology also recognizes that rituals can reshape thought patterns. Meaning attached to an action changes the mind, and what is repeatedly reinforced becomes new reality. The so-called curses people carry are often patterns of fear, doubt, and negativity strengthened over time. To overcome them, the unconscious must become conscious, the accidental replaced with the intentional. Focusing energy on the navel sends a silent, powerful message. I reclaim my center. I choose clarity over confusion, strength over fear. This declaration matters more than any external circumstance. The beauty of this practice is its simplicity. No elaborate ceremony or outside approval is needed. Awareness alone directs energy, and where attention goes, energy flows. When intention is rooted in the center, external storms cannot destabilize us. Challenges once seen as curses reveal themselves for what they are, fragile illusions, powerless against a mind awakened to its center. Energy and intention are invisible tools available to everyone, yet few use them consciously. Focusing them at the navel returns us to our foundation, uniting mind and body in a single point of focus. When alignment happens, transformation is immediate. What is placed on the navel is more than substance, it carries meaning. The intention behind an action has the power to break chains. Wherever conscious energy flows, no limiting force can endure. The navel is not just a scar, it is a center of life, the point where energy, intention, and awareness converge. To honor it is to honor life itself, to reclaim strength that has always been within, and to awaken a power that cannot be shaken by the outside world. The navel is more than just a point on the body, it is a mirror of our inner world. Every person carries within them layers of experiences, memories, and emotions. These layers can either cloud the center or enrich it. When we neglect the navel, we disconnect from the source of our own vitality. Energy drifts, focus weakens, and we feel a subtle emptiness that cannot be explained. Yet, when attention returns to the center, clarity arises. Even the smallest act of mindful recognition can shift our inner landscape. Think of the navel as a quiet lighthouse in the midst of a storm. Life brings winds, pressures, and challenges, but the lighthouse does not move. It holds steady, guiding the energy within us. When we cultivate awareness here, we cultivate resilience. The storms may still come, but they no longer have the power to shake the foundation of who we are. Every thought, emotion, and intention can be traced back to this center. Just as rivers flow from the mountains to the sea, so too does our inner power flow from the navel outward, touching every part of our being. In practical terms, focusing on the navel is an invitation to listen to the body, to reconnect with its natural rhythm. Breathing deeply and intentionally into this point awakens the subtle currents of energy that circulate through the body. With each breath, a person can release tension, release fear, and release the unconscious burdens carried for years. The navel becomes a bridge between what is unconscious and what is conscious, allowing us to reclaim aspects of ourselves that have been hidden or neglected. Meditation and mindfulness practices across cultures often highlight the importance of this center. Yogic traditions speak of it as the seat of the solar plexus, the place where fire and life energy reside. Martial arts describe it as the point where power is stored and projected. Ancient healers believed that vitality flowed from this center to the rest of the body. These teachings converge on one truth: the navel is a doorway to alignment, presence, and strength. When attention is placed on the navel, the mind begins to organize itself naturally. Anxiety loosens, scattered thoughts settle, and the heart opens to clarity. Focused awareness allows us to act from a place of intention rather than reaction. In everyday life, distractions pull energy outward, scattering attention across tasks, obligations, and external pressures. By returning to the navel, a person regains their own gravity, their own center of influence. Every decision made from this place carries strength and coherence. Healing begins here as well. Physical discomfort, emotional unrest, and even long-held beliefs that limit growth can be softened and transformed when energy flows through the center. Ancient practitioners knew this instinctively. The use of oils, herbs, or even the simple act of placing hands on the navel was never about ritual alone. It was about recognition. Here is the center of life. Here is the place from which everything emerges. Here is the foundation upon which stability and balance can be rebuilt. Even modern science is beginning to acknowledge what ancient traditions have always understood. The gut, located near the navel, is sometimes called the second brain. It processes not only nutrition, but also signals from our emotional and nervous systems. The connection between body and mind is strongest here. Attention to the navel is not a mystical practice alone. It is a practical way to integrate mind and body, to cultivate resilience, and to amplify energy. When a person consciously returns to the center, a quiet transformation occurs. Long-standing fears lose their grip. Self-doubt that once paralyzed action begins to dissolve. Even patterns of behavior that were automatic and unconscious can be reshaped. The navel acts as a command center for this transformation, silently gathering scattered energy, focusing intention, and radiating stability outward. To neglect this center is to live with fragments of energy, untapped potential, and missed opportunities for inner alignment. Intentional focus on the navel also fosters a sense of protection. Energy directed here acts as a subtle shield against negative influences. Just as a magnet pulls iron filings, a centered mind attracts clarity, stability, and supportive energy. External pressures, harsh words, or challenging situations no longer carry the same weight because the inner center has been strengthened. Awareness at the navel is like a calm reservoir. No matter how turbulent the outside, the core remains unmoved. This center also deepens self-understanding. By observing the flow of energy, emotions, and thoughts in relation to the navel, a person can learn about their triggers, patterns, and sources of inner tension. It becomes a mirror not of what is external, but of what exists inside. Here lies the opportunity to correct course, to release what is unnecessary, and to nourish what is essential. Energy becomes aligned with purpose, creating a natural momentum toward growth and transformation. Returning to the navel is not an occasional act, but a lifelong practice. Daily awareness, even for moments at a time, cultivates consistency in life, stabilizes energy, and deepens understanding of self. Small gestures like placing a hand on the navel while breathing or simply visualizing energy moving through this point are profound. Each conscious act of recognition strengthens the connection to life force, reminding us that vitality begins from within and radiates outward. The symbolism of the navel continues into every aspect of life. Decisions made from the center carry integrity. Relationships approached from this inner alignment foster clarity, honesty, and respect. Challenges encountered from the grounded center are met with composure and insight. Energy no longer leaks through unconscious reaction, but flows with purpose and direction. The navel is not just a point on the body. It is a hub for life, thought, emotion, and action. Even in the most ordinary moments, the navel serves as a quiet anchor. When faced with chaos, a deep inhale into the center can restore equilibrium. When confronted with fear, attention to the navel draws strength. When joy arises, it radiates from this point, magnifying gratitude and contentment. By consciously returning to the navel, life becomes more than a series of events. It becomes a practice of alignment, intentionality, and conscious living. The navel also reminds us of continuity. Just as life once flowed into the body through this point, energy continues to circulate from it throughout existence. Recognizing the center reinforces the understanding that life is not random, that strength is not external, and that purpose is cultivated inward first. Every act of returning to the center is an act of reclaiming power, self-awareness, and vitality. It is important to remember that the navel is not a magical cure or a shortcut. Transformation requires attention, repetition, and awareness. Yet this simple center, when recognized and honored, becomes the foundation upon which resilience, strength, and clarity are built. Life energy is not separate from the self. It is a reflection of the alignment between mind, body, and intention. The navel is the doorway, and intention is the key. As one continues to return to the navel with focus, subtle shifts accumulate. Old patterns loosen, emotional responses become more deliberate. Physical and mental energy is harmonized. Awareness deepens, and life begins to feel more coherent, purposeful, and empowered. This is the quiet revolution of the center. It does not demand attention through drama, but through consistent presence. Each moment spent in recognition strengthens the unseen foundation that supports all aspects of life. The navel, then, is not simply a physical mark. It is the doorway to presence, the seat of energy, the hub of vitality, and the mirror of consciousness. To honor it is to honor life itself, to reclaim a source of strength that has always been within, and to awaken a power that is subtle yet undeniable. Energy flows where intention is directed, and the navel is the most natural and profound point to focus it. When one consistently returns to the center, every action, thought, and choice gains depth, coherence, and power. Life, in all its complexity, can be met from this center with grace. Challenges do not disappear, but their impact lessens. Doubt, fear, and confusion lose their authority over the mind. Awareness at the navel becomes the stabilizing force that allows one to move through the world with integrity, clarity, and confidence. Energy, intention, and attention converge here, creating a silent but unstoppable momentum toward balance, strength, and life fully lived.